Hi, and welcome back. I am so excited to do this season close with you. This is our 10th and final episode of the Lessons from Girlfriends series, which I absolutely, I loved in the topics. I will be honest in that I want to revisit the structure. I would love for you guys to give me some feedback in the comments on how you liked, didn't like the structure, what you would like to see different, what topics you would like to expand or expound on, because I do want to keep it going. I'm going to do a couple series next, but I think I want to do it a little bit differently as it relates to the structure a little bit. I did like the Reddit stories, but I don't like hearing myself read. My voice is very raspy, so the reading part of like hearing it is annoying. But I did really like the Reddits. I think they give a different feel. But if you guys have any suggestions on any segments, any interesting topics, I would love to hear it. I want to let you guys know again, if you haven't gotten your ticket for the June workshop, it will be live with me. There's limited seats. It's all virtual. So please join us. If you haven't gotten your workbooks, those are located on my website. Link is in my bio. But I'm really excited to get into things with you guys. Again, if you're also not following me on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, please check out the Barefoot Therapist. We will be there doing all the things. And then you can stay updated with everything I have coming out and releasing on the Mahogany Project, projek.com website. So let's get into it. What did you guys think about this series? What did you guys think about this concept of exploring topics through something relatable? That was the idea, through Girlfriends. I love Girlfriends. The web series, the television series it gave me life at the time, but even more so now as an adult woman, I understand and connect to so much of it now, more than even I did at that time when I was much younger. And some key patterns we identified was just things like our relationships with our parents and how they are indicative and impactful on our friendships, our relationships with our parents and how they're impactful on our romantic relationships and connections, how we are developing those things over time, nature, nurture, all of the things. How are things modeled for us? How are we engaging in love? How do we define love? How do we express love? How do we express and manage conflict and confrontation? That's a really important piece, especially when you're navigating relationships. Love comes and goes. Love is a fleeting, wonderful feeling. However, stability comes from liking and caring and consideration of someone, having respect for them. That is much longer lasting than love and even liking, because you can not like someone and have respect for them and treat them with care and consideration. So just being aware of how all of those things impact our relationships, and how Girlfriends was such a great canvas for all of that, and how it mirrored so much of our lives, especially as Black women and as Black folks, our experience in the world with everything from racism and white privilege and the ecosystems built around hurt and harm, and then how we navigate those out loud in our relationships, when we are having our individual struggles, whether that's people pleasing or perfectionism or lack of boundaries or lack of self-awareness or commitment issues, how that is reflected in every relationship that we have and our daily life experience. It's reflective in our perspective. It's reflective in our way of living and being and showing up, and like being aware of that, being aware that those things are consistent and they consistently show up even when we think or choose not to. The other thing is like growth, as we can see, and I think that was one of the beautiful things about not only this series, but about Girlfriends, is we saw the growth of these characters. They weren't stagnant. They weren't one-sided. They weren't 2D, if you will. They very much grew in real time over our eyes. I think about Joan and where she started, where, she was dating the guy and he was into feet, and then he got with Tony. Like, that one is girl code, but two, that just shows his level of respect for you. And all of us, and nobody all of a sudden, is ready to be serious. They're ready to be serious with who they want to be serious with. And Joan bending and flexing herself, people pleasing to try to be in relationships that didn't necessarily serve her. Everything from the gentleman that was a sex addict to the actor, to all of these relationships that she just was trying to find solace and safety in. And there wasn't any until she met Aaron, someone who was honest, who was upfront, who didn't, fool around with her feelings, but also he was imperfect, but he cared about her enough, one, to wrangle her in when she was spinning, two, to have boundaries in healthy confrontation with her, and three, for them to navigate difficult conversations together, where she wasn't perfect and she got to be herself, and that was accepted and loved and liked and cared for and nurtured. That's what beautiful romantic relationships are about: recovering, not just creating chaos, but having solutions, and providing a level of safety, both internal and externally. So we saw that with Joan. We saw the growth in Lynn, with her going from this chaotic adult woman trying to avoid commitment to committing fully to her career and her gifts, and finding herself in her gifts and allowing herself to take the risk to let the world see that, and doing it consistently, and then seeing the progress in that by just staying with it, which was really difficult. We saw Maya, where she went from a young mom, a young married woman, to divorcing, to dating, to figuring herself out, to going back to school, to getting her degree, to being remarried to her ex-husband, and then developing over time, her struggling with depression and postpartum, and also being able to live out loud whatever her truth is, and not apologizing for that, and not consistently agreeing to be the teenage mom that she was, an adult woman wanting to make those kinds of decisions now, which was absolutely beautiful. And then we see Tony going from just being about surface level things and very self-involved. Listen, I hate when people throw around the word narcissist, because I don't even think she was that. I do believe that there was someone incredibly self-involved. It was Tony, and that was a given. But we saw her growth over time when she realized what love looked like, and what it was: a healthy version of love. Not the love where she had to be in control to feel safe, not the love that she had to seek material things to seek solace, but she became the mom that she always wanted, became the mom that was able to find respite internally, and not necessarily just in material things, and was able to find her family safety where she was unsure, and then give up that version of herself that was no longer serving her. And we saw all of those growth moments in this. And then talking about how that translated to us, I learned so much about me watching these Black women go out into the world when I wasn't there yet, go out into the world and live in real time. And that feels so real and connected for me. And now, as an adult woman with children, all of that resonates. Everything from the dating to children to being married, to all of those things that we can very much relate to, and go back and kind of revisit some of those ideas, topics, explore those things. And I think pop culture is a great tool to provide metaphorical data and give perspective and create conversation and exploration, because it's something we connect to. It's something like our not even a dirty little secret, but something that we enjoy, but is also increasingly relatable, which is part of why we enjoy it. So I think it's important, as we're wrapping up this series, to see how this applied to our lives. So before we get into that, I'm going to share again the beautiful creation of my app. It's called Sifted. I'm so proud of it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys find use for it.
Meet Sifted, the AI-powered life operating system designed to bring clarity, focus, and control to everything you do. Tasks, goals, calendar. Sifted brings it all together into one intelligent command center. Plan smarter with powerful task and goal management. Got thoughts, ideas, or mental clutter? Just drop everything into Mind Laundry and let AI instantly organize it into clear, actionable items. Manage every venture from one intelligent business hub with Sifted. Create, organize, and scale your operations with clarity and efficiency. Meet Vera, your built-in AI assistant. From planning and brainstorming to scheduling and decisions, Vera helps you move faster and think clearer. Sifted works across all your devices. Start your plan with flexible and affordable options. Visit sifted.one and start your free 14-day trial today.
Hi, so if you guys are interested, and I hope that you guys find use for it, this is the QR code for Sifted. And again, you can always go to my website. This is the QR code for my website to find all the tools and resources, all of my published books, all of the events that we have coming up. Please subscribe to my website. You'll be the first to know what's going on. We have a free parent coaching program going on right now. We also have Sifted for free for if you are a veteran active duty member or a family member. So please don't hesitate to reach out. All right, so we're going to wrap up. My last few were two things. One, please don't be afraid to get a support and assistance with your growth. That's what therapists are for. That's what we're for. We're here to support you unequivocally in your view of yourself and putting that in perspective with what is healthy and effective and what is not. Be clear that therapists are here not to be your friends, but to be a vehicle for you in change, and that I don't believe therapy lasts forever. I tell my clients, you're here for a good time, not a long time. So you come here, get what you need. You go out into the world, trust yourself to be the best version. And when you need more resources, you need more support, I'm always here. So please find a therapist that works for you. It is a vibe. You should feel safe sharing the intimate details of your life with the therapist. You should feel safe with them and trusting their ability to provide you what you need. You know, all therapists are not created equal. We all have different skill sets. So you also want to find someone who is specializes or at least does a lot of work in the area for which you need support and help. Don't be afraid to do a consultation, which typically is free, and you can ask the questions you need before you commit to anyone. When you are in therapy, if something's not working for you, say that. Therapists need to know what is working, what is not, so they can also alter and adjust as necessary. We are not perfect. We are not always getting it right. We are imperfect beings. And you guys are the best ways to be better and help, and we learn from you as well. So again, I thank you. I hope you engaged and enjoy this series. Please make sure you subscribe and share. The couple series will be coming out very soon. I'll make sure I drop information here to let you know when it will be released. Thank you again for entrusting me with your time. Take care. Bye-bye.